Friday. It was a good experience because we had nearly 5 kilometers long way of the cross along the road. And all these together with me, there were 4 other priests also. All these 4 priests, we preached about the simple living of our day-to-day living, carrying our daily crosses. What are the challenges that we face in our daily living? And also we shared our experience that we had when we meet some youngsters who are addicted for drugs, alcohol, and even cigarette smoking, or even all the other addictions like pornography and so many things. We spoke practical aspect of getting rid of all these things. So people are so interested of listening about all these things because some of their own children are addicted.
I was very apprehensive. What can I do and how can I participate in the Easter services because of my present stage of health. At present I am a chronic kidney patient, my kidneys are working only for 7%, and they are looking at the possibilities of transplanting. In the beginning I was doing and working as a priest, young priest, doing all kinds of everything. Even some were ashamed that I do certain things being a priest. For me there was no shame. For me there was no shame to do anything. Whatever I did with goodwill, but that touch with Jesus was little lacking. The prayer life was which is lacking. Therefore, his life is a challenge to us. He doesn't consider us as valid coins. We are as useless coins, as we are from a dustbin. And therefore, what shall we do? Let us test him. Let us trap him and see whether God, whom he says is Father, comes to rescue him. We did not test God's love. Jesus did not succumb to the 3 temptations that the devil posed on him when he was fasting in the desert. But I think another priest friend who told me, and I told him, now, you see, we have been preaching, we have been doing this, we are conducting healing services and all that. Then we can ask, why Lord? Why me? Why me? You know, that priest told me, yes, I found the answer. I have given you this not because I don't find anybody else. You are a priest. You suffer with me. You share with me. You carry the cross with me. And this is the thought that entertained me, give me courage and strength to go after Jesus. He could have also saved us without undergoing any suffering. But he underwent extreme suffering. It was very repugnant to look at him. People were so feeling bad about, they are unable to do anything to Jesus. But I think being priest, we share his glorious resurrection, which came under the shadow of the cross. Therefore, there is no difficulty in accepting the present situation, even in good times and bad times. We are for Jesus, and Jesus is with us.
There are main parishes who conduct all these religious activities. There are main places. And all these places, they are using a particular statue which they venerate so much. That means together with the veneration of the cross, they also venerate this statue so much because they call it a miraculous statue. They used this particular statue because this statue was made by the collection of the parishioners themselves. Also, during this particular season, all the families are consecrated, all the families are blessed by this statue during this season. And the same statue they are also using for the crucifixion on Good Friday. Also, they are having the sort of passion play. That means acting out all the 7 statements and preaching all the 7 statements. So during the Way of the Cross, let us say each station we are spending nearly 10-15 minutes and we are preaching each station. And people are not at all tired because they are taking a vow before they take part in the Way of the Cross. Suppose I am a drug addict, I take a vow, my Lord, help me to come out from this addiction. So that sort of vow they take before they take part in the Way of the Cross. And after that, as they go about towards the last station, they try to give this cross to Christ. They try to come out from this addiction along the Way of the Cross. Because of the preachings and because of the good thoughts that they are cultivating in their mind, they are trying to come out from these addictions. And this is the way how the people are coming in line with the Way of the Cross. And apart from that, I would say this is one of the biggest crowd that I have ever seen. In fact, this is for the first time I am preaching in this area, in this locality. Also, I used certain facts and truths when I preached to the people. And when some youngsters came and spoke to me about the vows that they are taking during these days, I also told them about the mystery behind spending 40 days in Lent. That was, symbolically, we are spending 40 weeks in our mother's womb as a child. So after 40 weeks, the mother is delivering the new baby. So similarly, after 40 days, we are given a new birth. So these 40 days are not simply spending without eating or without drinking or just doing some modifications. This is a training for us to begin a new life. I understood when these youngsters came and said, "Father, I like to come out from this problem and I am taking a vow. Please help me." That means, please help me. That particular sentence has got so many wishes. And also he has got a lot of inabilities within him. Jesus said to admit your inabilities, admit your failures, admit your difficulties, and I can be your strength. As St. Paul says, where there is sin, there is also grace. When we accept our sinfulness, God is filling us with His grace. And these people, these youngsters, are slowly admitting their inabilities, admitting their sinfulness, admitting that they are addicted. Now I am sure that God is filling them with His grace. And this is the Easter. And this is the salvation that these youngsters are facing. I got a few phone calls also Some phone calls are really threatening me, and I do not know who really wanted to talk to me. And one fellow said, "Father, you spoke about drunkenness, drinking. See, if I am really giving my heart and soul to my family, if I'm drinking a bit in the evening, it's not harmful. What I said about drinking, at least this fellow to call me back, he has understood that. At least he has got some sort of willingness to come out from his problem. I am not taking this phone call as a challenge, but I thank God for this call, because at least God has touched the heart of this man. And seeing the crowd of the people who had come for confession also, we can see God has really touched the heart of all these people to come out from their daily difficulties, or rather to accept their own failures and sinfulness, so that they are experiencing the risen blessings of Christ. Sunday, we also said that Jesus is risen, but He is risen to our own families. He is just not a God who is just leaving us and rising away from His people, but He is rising into the people where His people are living. So Jesus is risen into our hearts, into our families. So let us possess Him and let us welcome Him into our families. This is a good message that we could communicate to the people during last days, and we built it slowly and gradually. After celebrating the Easter Mass, a lot of people came and expressed their happiness for all the experiences that they had last few days.